Hi everyone! So today I have a little bit of a different video for you. As you saw in my most recent video, I got the iPad mini, which is what I got here, and I am actually a person that really enjoys doing journaling, planning, things like that. So I've been doing that on my iPad Air for quite a while. I had been, creating some digital planners that I've been using, and I really wanted to do this on my iPad mini as well. So I was really consistent up until I want to say about August, and then I kind of stopped a little. So I figured, this is the perfect opportunity to pick that up again, and I thought, why not do a little plan with me for October? I know that it's already the 3rd of October today, so I know that I'm a little bit behind schedule when it comes to this, but in general, I just was really looking forward to doing a little plan with me, and I hope you'll enjoy that. And yeah, let's get into it. So the app that I use for planning is the app GoodNotes. And I've already created a planner for the next 3 months, basically, for October, November, and December. I made it a vertical one because on the iPad mini, I really prefer using it in vertical mode, and I just wanted to make one of my own in that way. I create my planners on Keynote. If you're interested in how to do that, I'd be happy to do a video in the future on that. But yeah, let's get into the plan. So yeah, this is the cover page. As you'll see in the top corner, I am recording the screen as well, so I'll probably do kind of like a split screen situation here. But the first page that I have here is one where I have space for memories, basically. So I just thought it would be a nice idea to have some possibilities to put down pictures. The next thing I have is movies. I actually have a tab down here, so if I were to go back to memories, if I go onto the tab here, it leads me to movies. So this is actually the first thing where I want to put in something on the note, because I recently watched a new movie. So I'm just gonna go into editing, and I'm gonna choose a new color to write. I think I'm just gonna make a new color. I think I'm feeling a light blue today. Yeah, I think that would be nice. I made this a dark one in terms of the notebook because I prefer that at the moment. I prefer having everything dark. But one of the movies that I recently watched is the movie Free Guy. So I'm just gonna zoom right in here, and one thing I like to do is just try and really write on the lines so that I can make sure everything is, shall I say, straight. So I don't have necessarily the nicest handwriting, so this is kind of my way to try and make my handwriting a little bit nicer. I think that's a bit too thick in terms of the lining. I prefer that a little bit thinner. So this is the movie that I most recently watched, and I made myself, some little stars so that I can say, okay, how much did I like the movie? In case of Free Guy, I would give it about a 3.5. It's an overall good movie, but it didn't, so to speak, wow me. So I'm just gonna scribble in the stars, basically. The next one that I've created is called Playlist. So if I go over to that, you'll see I created this playlist where I can just note down songs that I've been really liking and just really listening to a lot. So I do have one that I've just been listening to on repeat. It's called Blue Hour by the band Leoniden. It's a really nice song. I can definitely highly recommend it. It's a rather slow, relaxed song, I would say, and yeah, I would just recommend that you listen to it. Now I'm not really liking the layout right now, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the lasso tool, lasso it, and move it to somewhere about there. Alright, I prefer that definitely. So, the next thing I have is a tab for YouTube ideas. I haven't filled anything in. I will just note down the one that I'm currently doing. Alright, it's relatively small, so again, I'm just gonna take the lasso tool, and this time I'm gonna resize what I wrote. I find that really useful, especially in terms of trying to, you know, write straight on the line. So I tend to just zoom in and then go and write, and then if it's too small, I just like to resize the item. So the next one I have is savings. I don't have anything to put in there yet. This is meant for the next 3 months. I put multiple savings jars because I'm not quite sure yet if I'm gonna mark down basically if within October, November, December every £50 I've saved, or if it's gonna be something different, but that's kind of the idea behind it. So the next thing is October. This is the cover page I designed. You will see that this looks a little bit strange. It's because originally I designed this for a square kind of notebook. I believe I have it here. So if I go into October over here, so this is kind of what I had originally in mind, but I prefer the vertical on the mini, so I just kind of resized it to make it work, even if it's not perfect. So the tabs up here, so the first one is the monthly overview. So I've made this grid just so that I can put the dates for the month in, and essentially I want to just be able to note down anything that's happening that's really important, so like doctor's appointments, any birthdays or anything like that, or if I'm going somewhere, I just want to be able to quickly have that overview on the monthly overview. So I am gonna just get a different color for my pen. I think I'm gonna go with this light purpley color. Maybe this one. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. So this one is gonna be Monday. Now again, it's relatively small, so let's make this a little bit bigger. And I have this idea of putting them kind of like this. Yep, I quite like that. And then I'm just gonna do that for the other days as well. Next thing is obviously having to write down all the days of the month. So October started with a Friday, so that's where we're gonna start. There we go. So now I'm just gonna put in basically the important dates where I already know that something will be coming up. So the first thing I know is I will have a doctor's appointment on Monday, so I will move that in. Then of course we have Halloween. it would actually be good to know if there's any bank holidays. I'm just gonna quickly check that. It doesn't appear so this month, unfortunately. And then I'm just gonna move some couple things in that I already know I have coming up, aside from, you know, doctor's appointments and things like that. It's a lot of like insurance stuff and everything that I've got going on this month, so those are mainly the things that I am focusing on at the moment. Then the next thing I'm going to do is just plan a next week. I have made a tab here for each week. I have basically divided it in 3 parts. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. I work during the week, so for me, those are the days where I need just more areas to write things down. And I want to use this kind of as a way to make my list of what I want to do during the day. So I am just gonna start working on that. And I'm gonna start the week of the 4th because that for me is the main week now as week 1, since the 1st was a Friday. Alright, so you will have probably noticed that my notes that I've been writing down are a bit vague. The reason for that is just because obviously, like, I have a full-time job and I can't and won't just make very detailed notes. I still know what they mean, but obviously for the camera and everything, it's more of a vague kind of situation, and I won't go into much more details. But this is essentially how I plan my weeks. I tend to do this basically on Sundays usually, and just plan out the week a little bit with the appointments that I know I have coming up, and then just fill in the rest over the week. So if I know something is coming up at work and it happens on Monday, that I get the info and it's not due until say Friday that week, then I will just write that down into the calendar. Or if I know that it's coming up for the next week, then I'll make sure to make a note of that as well in the next week, which is why I've got it set up here. So I have for week 2, week 3, and week 4 already these set up as well, so that I can make sure that I can write down everything and make sure I have never forgetting, or that I'm never forgetting anything. So yeah, that is kind of the way I plan on my iPad. I am really excited to use the Mini for this, because for me this just feels like an A5 notebook, which is exactly what I kind of wanted the Mini to be for me. This will be a little companion throughout my day, and I'm really excited to use it. So yeah, that is all I have for you today, and with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and maybe subscribe, and tell me, what do you use your iPad for? Do you do digital planning, or do you just use it as a media consumption device for reading or watching videos or movies? I'd be really interested to hear what you use yours for. And with that, I will see you next time. Bye!